Hey folks, it is Napalm back again here on G4G. This is just a little quick follow-up video to the release of Beta 5.1, which occurred yesterday. So today is Sunday, Beta 5.1 came out on Saturday. The purpose of this video is to go ahead and discuss the fact that the Mac version has been released. So we are ready to go ahead and get that hosted for you. A link will be down in the description, just like links were up in the description of the previous video. The only thing that is going to be a little bit different here is, unless I see a major need for it, there won't be a alternative link for the Mac version. It'll just be the MediaFire link. However, and I do mean this with the utmost respect for the Mac community, if enough people have issues with MediaFire not working in their country, there are some countries who block MediaFire, please let me know. We will get a secondary link up for you guys. Just post down in the comments. Now, we're not going to get a secondary link going for people who are just having download issues, but if it's actually one of those countries where MediaFire is not an acceptable website or blocked, let us know and we will start a secondary link going for the Mac version the same way we do for the PC version. So here it is. It's going to be called MAA Redux Beta 5 Mac.zip. When you go into the zip file, you will land at this particular screen if you're using 7-zip or a similar zipping application for Macs. I'm not too sure what your unzipper is. I think there is a Mac version of 7-zip. For consistency's sake, if 7-zip is available for Mac, go ahead and grab it. So what you want to do is extract this particular folder right here somewhere on your Mac. Just make sure you have nothing highlighted and hit extract, and it will do the full thing. If you were to dive into the folder structure, you would see it resembles the PC zip pretty much almost identical. However, I do believe you have to go into the Mac OS folder and go to this file called MAA Redux once you are done. The details for the file can be seen here. It should come in at about 1.3, almost 1.4 gigabytes if you were to round up. You want to take a look at the properties over here. This is what it looks like on a PC. If you have this security issue, you would want to do the unblock. This happens when you get files from the internet or sometimes files from CDs and DVD-ROMs. The version that came out yesterday, which is this one right over here, I want to see if that one does it. Yeah, okay, so maybe this is why some people have had issues on Windows where it just sits at the loading screen. Right-click it, and this is Windows 11, by the way. Right-click it and do unblock, and then that should maybe help some of the extracting issues people have had where it's not working. But I'm going to go ahead and go out of this. We'll go back to the Mac version, hit Properties. We're going to do an unblock. I'm going to go back into it. And what I'm going to do here is similar to what I did in a previous video. I'm going to do the drag and drop method. Now, again, this is Windows 11. We're not actually going to launch this because it won't launch, but you could see at least somewhat what the extraction process is going to look like. I do have a Mac, believe it or not. It is my work Mac. My business is actually predominantly Macintosh, which is a little interesting because for me out there in the work world, the most amount of time that I have seen people use Macs is usually when they're doing media jobs like the social media team or anybody working videos, graphics, engagement teams, 4K video work. I mean, PCs obviously have really caught up to Macs in those regards. However, Macs have made strides to, I would say, get considerably similar to Windows. And with the adoption of the Intel chips, now the M1 and everything, there's not too much different other than, Macs just do some crazy things, and God, I hate their keyboards. But okay, we're going to wait for this to extract. While it is extracting, we're going to go and highlight a few things over here. We had a post in our Facebook group today that asked a lot of good questions. I think I'll answer them really quickly while I'm here, because I know a lot of people have some similar questions. One, is there anything we or the people who worked on this could do if Playdom or Marvel decided to take it down after you were finished reviving it? I'm just concerned about the hard work and could you get sued and all that stuff. There was a DMCA ruling several years ago concerning dead MMOs. We fall under that protection a little bit because it was multiplayer and it is a dead game. So no, we shouldn't have too many issues in those regards. If we do, we had a backup plan that, believe it or not, dates back to the very, very beginning of the project. And that is we would recolor sprites and animations and everything, and we would rename things so as not to trigger IP, but the game would be performing exactly the same. So for example, the long-running joke that we've always had is that Iron Man would turn into somebody like Ferris Dude. Hulk might become Green Bulk or Gamma Man. That could be like a thing, like Ragey Gamma Boy, or, something like that. Ferris Dude is the one that cracks me up. I was the one who joked about that a long time ago, and it kind of stuck. Iron Fist might be Ferris Palm or Steel Palm or Fist of Iron. The AIM people might not be yellow, they might be purple going forward. So there is a backup plan if it happens. Chances are it really will not, but that backup plan actually was in place at the beginning of the game, because when the game was starting to be restored, we thought we would have that issue, so we actually were doing it at that time. Upon reviving this game, can you rightfully say there is no monetization? That is 100% correct from now until eternity. Goofy in no way, shape, or form can accept any money from this, because then we do run into IP issues. It is very similar to people who attempted to charge for World of Warcraft add-ons and other games where people tried to do paid add-ons and such. It is an intellectual property issue. No money will change hands. We will not be paying Goofy. No money will change hands for the game itself. You will not be purchasing gold the way you did when it was Playdom and everything. Please note, the community has on several occasions gotten together and shown Goofy their appreciation. Other ways, a few years back, we commissioned a member of the group to make some Marvel figures. They were made. They got sent out to Europe to get painted. They came back and they were delivered to Goofy. Unfortunately, Spider-Man was clipped at the ankles and broken, but he got a movie Captain Marvel, a Kingpin, and a black suit symbiote Spider-Man figure. The community joined together to offset the cost of that, and one member in particular actually had one of the bigger donations of the group and put us over the edge for the estimated cost of doing it. Also, Goofy has been gifted a Humble Bundle that contained coding-related items. So the community has done stuff for Goofy to show its appreciation, but raw money is something we will never do and is extremely frowned upon. There will be no Patreon, nothing like that. People who do videos on the game may earn some money through YouTube and its ad partners, but that's about it. I would like to ask if future character alt design is possible and who will make them. The team has already announced several new characters for when it is appropriate to insert in the content. Most of the new stuff will come after the old content has been done, like new Spec Ops, new PvP seasons. However, new characters may be inserted into the old content where appropriate. You can look back at my channel to see things like Jubilee was announced, Cullen Bloodstone, a alternate uniform for Constrictor because he was so god-awful, Baldur, a variation of Valkyrie, more the movie variant than the original blonde-haired one with the spear and the sword. So yes, new content will continue to be produced, especially now that we've moved over to Unity, so coding for the animations and everything is a little bit easier. Connected to question 3, how about new stories and events and everything? Yes, there will be new Spec Ops, there will be new PvP seasons, there will even be a new game mode called one-shots that are basically a quick way of telling a story. If you can think of, say, a novel and a book of short stories, the novel is the new Spec Ops and the new PvP, and a one-shot would be like a short story in a short story collection. So it may be, I don't want to say anything that could be a potential reveal, so I'll make something crazy, but maybe you'll see a one-shot one day of like Eddie and Venom get split and they have to live without each other for a brief period of time, and maybe a quick little synopsis of some adventures. I mean, this is not a thing. Do not read into that. This is not something they've announced. I'm revealing nothing. I'm just spitballing something that could be a good topic for a one shot, is like the Eddie and Venom split and everything. And remember, Venom in this game is a little bit different than the Venoms we know and everything. Does the revival game need maintenance? Yes. There will be continued patches that will give you the content, like the new PvP seasons, the new Spec Ops, if any bugs are announced. We don't know everything right now, so perhaps we get to the Spec Ops where the Demon set comes out, and we release the Demon set in a patch through that Spec Ops, and then 2 days later, it's discovered that maybe the signpost is not doing what it's supposed to, and a minor patch will go out that fixes the signpost issue. The best source of all that in the future will be my YouTube channel, our Discord channel, Facebook. The game does not communicate to the internet, so it will not auto-update itself like a Steam game. You will have to run the patch yourself. So that, I think, answers a lot of questions. And you can see here, MARedux.app. This is the Mac version, contents, Mac OS. And this is probably what you're going to want to do to launch the Mac version. So again, when it's fully extracted on your Mac computer, go into Redux app, go into contents, go into Mac OS. It is probably that. I'm not going to test this on my work Mac. I would rather not have that happen. Don't want to mix business with pleasure there. The next thing I want to do really, really quickly is highlight the reach in talking about this game. This game is so nostalgic for people. It is causing a major stir. So I've gone ahead and talked about this beta 5.1 in the Future Fight and the Strikeforce Reddit. And I want you guys to see the engagement of this and what this game means to people dating back to their childhood or early college days. It's different for me. I was an adult. But this really pings a lot of nostalgia with people who are maybe early single digits of their life, 10, 12 years old, sometimes middle to later teenagers. Even some people have been were college-based at the time. So in the Future Fight Reddit, which has been the newer one, I did this one closer to going to bed, 5.2K total views, 84% upvote rate, 29 community comment, been shared 5 times, 35 upvotes. People are saying this was the game that got them into Marvel games. It's the game that taught them new characters like Cloak and Dagger and the Runaways and everything like that. One of the threads on Reddit actually mentioned Flag Smasher. And I found that to be interesting because for me, I knew about Flag Smasher ahead of time. And Goofy and I talk about this a lot because he has the PDF versions of it. When I was growing up, I had this book right here. The Eel through Mad Dog Marvel Superheroes accessory book. This is the Gamer's Handbook of the Marvel Universe. It is characters for kind of like a tabletop Dungeons and Dragons version of Marvel. And I had this book, Eel through Mad Dog. I still have it in actual print. I learned about Flag Smasher in this particular book. And as a kid, it always struck me and kind of stuck with me because this is the picture in that book. And this picture looks like Space Ghost. If you look at the top part of his mask and everything in the eye area, I mean, you know, okay, so Space Ghost's eyes are white, but look at the black, the face sticking out below the nose, the eye holes. Yeah, it always kind of reminded me, and well, here it's white actually, but this is what's in the book. It always made me think of Space Ghost, and as a kid, you know, was watching Space Ghost, the original one, not the Adult Swim coast to coast version, the Hanna-Barbera one. So yeah, I knew about Flag Smasher going way back to the 80s and everything. But here on the Marvel Strike Force Reddit, it's 14.6K total views, nearly 80 upvotes, a 96% upvote rate, and 4 total shares, 143 community karma. I think we've already been downloaded at least over 500 times for the MediaFire PC version. So, yeah, just wanted to say thanks, community, for being involved in this game. Share it with your friends. Talk about it with the people that you know might like Marvel Avengers Alliance or did. Get the word out to people. Don't worry about the secrecy too much of the project. We've actually made minor news in the past. It was referenced that a team was trying to rebirth the game, and it was a fairly well-known site. I did a video on it way back when. It's somewhere in my history. So, yeah, thanks for all the downloads, everybody. If you have any issues with the MediaFire version of the Mac link, let me know in the comments below. And if I see at least 10 people or so having an issue with it, then I will put up a secondary link. Any questions you guys have, please come to the Discord channel or the Facebook group. Links will be in the description. And if you are reporting any beta bugs, do them through the official channels of Facebook or Discord. Maybe not the Redux Reddit yet. A lot of people haven't been back there using it in a while, even though that's where we started doing bug reports. But I would definitely confine them to our Discord and Facebook. Thanks a lot, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. See ya.